They were the hottest podcasts in the world until one fateful episode tore them apart. Is airways thicker than blood? I don't know. Just hit the music. That was my failed attempt to do a behind the podcast intro. It didn't work. Matt's going to offer to do another one, but just like I screwed up the last intro we did, I will not.
We'll do it live.
I will do it live. It is live here on Monday, June the 8th is when this is coming out. You may be listening to it at a different time, as Matt would be quick to correct me. And say, if you're not listening to this...
I think Alex is more intent on saying that we can listen to the podcast anytime. I just want to admit that it's not Monday morning.
Okay, yeah. Well, Monday morning is when it's released on the thicker airwaves. Airwaves are thicker than blood. Thanks for listening. This is the Triple Threat Podcast where three brothers discuss stuff on their minds in the world whilst being out of their minds. My name is William Vaughn. I'm coming to you from... Shut up. I'm coming to you from Vancouver, BC. Alex, go ahead, man. You got something to say.
Yeah.
Why don't you spit it out?
Nothing.
All right. Well, you see, so intent on ruining my intro. Look, Stan Lee says that every comic book is somebody's first comic book, so I think every podcast we do is someone's first podcast, possibly ever. But certainly regarding us. So if they don't know who we are, guys, in
where we're from, what we did,
in reverse order. So youngest to oldest, we need to go from date of birth, and then just a brief. Wow, my F's and my THs are really.
Nope. Don't even try it.
They're really
Matt,
freaking me up today.
Get your finger on that button.
No.
Yeah, it's so close. I don't bleep. It just goes gazungu.
So
Kazungu.
Oh, like Craig Ferguson's old show where he'd like say something and be like tutti frutti and like have like a flag appear over his mouth. No, listen. I was gonna say, give a brief rundown of every year of your life. We got about 85 years between us, so this shouldn't take long. All right, Matt, you go first.
That's a lot of years.
We
Sure.
need to get everybody...
Brief year for me.
Yes, brief year for you. Yeah, it was. Your first year wasn't that good.
Put in about a month or so in 88.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you didn't last long in 88, man.
I went to the end, Will.
The end. All right, that's true. You didn't last long.
Started a little late.
I was a late arrival.
Jeez, yeah.
Started from the bottom, now we
started from the bottom. Now the whole team here.
Freaking here.
Gosh.
Speaking of the whole team, we're going to talk about Entourage this week. Actually, I don't know if we will. Probably not.
Okay.
Entourage.
Well, you just brought it up, so you can go ahead and say whatever you want about that.
The movie just came out. I've never seen a full episode of Entourage, and I am the least qualified to talk about it on the podcast.
All right, so it's a good thing you brought it up then, Matt. So far, batting 1,000.
Good thing.
Well, you put it on me, even though you guys
put it on you. You brought up the word.
You brought it up, man.
You put it on me. I was trying to be like, hey, talk about this thing you guys like.
Put it down on me. Put it down on me.
Yeah.
What would I be without you? Oh, jeez. Ja.
That's my jaw rule.
Brother.
Needs some work.
Do you think he called his dog Ja Drool? No?
I'm certain he did
I'm certain he might have. Listen, if Katy...
I'm certain he might have.
If might have.
Good,
if Katy Perry
I like
named her cat Kitty Purry.
Kitty Purry.
That's the best name for an animal I've ever heard.
That gave me a lot of respect for her.
That gave me a lot of respect.
That gave you
not that I'm lagging respect, because why would I not have respect? Talented artist.
Stephen Colbert tweeted the other day, he's like, preparing jokes for my first late show with Stephen Colbert. We're staying very current. Are you guys still all about the left shark these days?
Nice.
So Will Sasso does in the 10-minute podcast. He has this character named David Greco, who's like this horrible podcast sidekick, very annoying, very intrusive, kind of like you guys. And he's just doing like jokes. He's like, "You guys hear Britney Spears shaved her head, huh? What's up with that?" Like he's just very, very dated references. And I was actually a little ticked, man, because he was here in Vancouver for a couple weeks, a month or so, and he was like dropping in on comedy clubs doing David Greco. And I was like, man, I told Ian when we saw Mr. Ron Funches at Yuck Yucks the other week, I was like, man, that'd be so cool if Will Sasso showed up and did a David Greco thing here. Sure enough, we leave the show and I check Twitter and he's like, yeah, I was over on, this, I dropped into this comedy club at this part of town in Vancouver. So I'm like, man, We are at the right type of event, just the wrong one. It's so many comedy shows going on in Vancouver, apparently. But anyway, dude's a very funny dude. I'm looking forward to his show on CBC. I just listened to a WTF with Tommy Davidson of In Living Color. And that that kind of had me down a bit of a In Living Color YouTube rabbit hole the other night. I forgot Jamie Foxx is on that show.
What?
Yeah, he's just on a sketch show, which explains why he's so good on SNL.
I don't mean what he was on the show.
You mean what I forgot?
How could you possibly forget
I
that?
knew that Alex was more knowledgeable about that than you were suggesting.
Yes, well, I don't apologize. I forgot. It slipped my mind. I haven't watched In Living Color in years since comedy. Remember how cool the Comedy Network used to be? By the way, can we just mention that when they would show like old episodes?
Hold on, go on, elaborate. What's wrong with it now?
Hold on, elaborate.
Hold on, elaborate.
Elaborate.
And then elaborate.
I just liked all the sketch shows they'd show back in the day. They showed old SNL reruns. It seems like they were on.
Yeah,
quite often.
that's how I got into SNL.
Yeah, man,
it
was great.
Isn't that special?
They had there's my neck. They had
Bizarre.
Yep, Bizarre. SCTV. They had
SCTV. From what
Return
I saw,
to
did not
Jafar.
look good, but I was pretty young.
SCTV is very good. It's very dated, but it's very good. A lot of comedy legends came out of that, and also yes, Comedy Network had In Living
How come
Color.
we don't pronounce it leg ends?
I don't, because it would be dumb. I guess I don't know.
And another question: why don't we call chicken wings leg ends?
Oh yeah,
Guys, I just got questions.
they're not
here.
even the wings. Actually, well, yeah, they are.
Yes, they are. Some are.
There's
Why aren't
thighs.
they called
There's
piggins?
wings and thighs. But they don't.
Are we just gonna ask why like hard and soft G's exist?
Also,
Yeah.
'Cause I'm
what is the
hard
deal with
G.
airplane food. Sorry,
Will's
it's
is soft
what's the
G.
deal with airplane food?
Well, that was one of the
boy.
In Living Color
Was that
sketches
Pete
I
Holmes
watched.
as Jerry Seinfeld as Jimmy Fallon doing Jerry Seinfeld?
Yeah, what's it going to be? I don't know that.
There was
one.
one.
Oh, no one knows what that was. Let's leave that as is.
Folks, the sixth season of Comedians and Cars Getting Coffee came out last week.
Yes, I've been blazing through some older seasons actually. Quite enjoying it.
I love that. We blazed through that all friggin' last Christmas. I introduced
Last
it to
Christmas. Yeah, it was great.
to Dad, and we just went like, hey, have you seen the
Pop-
Bill Burr one? Yep, twice.
Pop-
All right,
Pops
well,
is killing
never
it.
mind.
Yeah, Pops is killing it. But
Pops is killing it. Pops, if you're listening to this, your season started last week.
you killing it, brah. No, there was an In Living Color sketch of Jim Carrey as Jerry Seinfeld. It was Jerry Seinfeld.
What?
Yeah, and there's also one with him as Jay Leno. Just dive down the YouTube rabbit hole, man. It's fantastic. He was a fantastic
Fire Marshal Bill.
impressionizer.
Hi, I'm Vera DeMilo.
No, man, Jim was the man. In a way, he still is. But yeah, that's
Disagree.
That's okay. I said in a way. I said in a way.
And in a way, well, you can make any argument that way.
Mm-hmm.
I said over easy.
I know I can make any argument.
I was
that way.
frozen today.
Yeah, it's just how I really had that in my head today, Matt. That's the weirdest thing.
Really?
Yeah. Sometimes I just yell that for no reason, and no
Suburban
one gets it.
commando. This should be always.
Well, Alex, you complain that your office is too cold, so that kind of makes sense, right? If you go up to your
That's true.
if you go up to your boss and yell in his face,
Maybe we're in a cardigan in June.
and you give him the Chris Lloyd, "I was frozen today."
Dean, you don't follow me on Instagram?
Whoa.
God.
there needs to be a GIF
God.
of that with the text underneath and everything.
Sometimes I look for
Probably
like
exists.
there's like two gifs I really want that don't exist. One is Miles Teller yelling "I'm upset" in Whiplash.
Yeah.
I can't find a good gif of that, and I can't remember.
That
what
would
the
be a
other
good
one
one to have.
Oh, I want Michael Cera from Breaking Bad, from Superbad, the prequel to Breaking Bad,
Would be the sequel.
or sorry, the
Yeah, it
sequel.
would be the sequel.
Is Breaking Bad, and then you're
Super bad, yeah.
Breaking Bad should have changed because really he only broke bad like in the first season,
First episode,
and then he was
pretty
just like
much.
super bad. And that has the worst name drop of all.
Sorry, real quick.
Shows
Can you
ever.
actually get to your point? I'm afraid you're going to lose it.
The
afraid
other
you're
one
gonna
is Michael
lose it.
Cera. I was not worried about losing it. Thank you, though. Thank you so much.
I was worried about it.
I wasn't worried.
The other GIF I want is Michael Cera and Superbad doing the thing where he's like, bye, and like running down the hallway. That's what I want, is a good bye GIF.
when they're
because I have one of Jerry
walking
Seinfeld just going, oh, right, and every single right, it gets like smaller and descends down the GIF. So I just want Michael Cera with like a bye, but it just like it's B-Y, not B-I, and then a bunch of E's, and they just go across the screen. It's fine.
Wow.
We gotta get you making some GIFs or something.
I just want the I'm upset one so badly, and it seems like an obvious one, but it's not there.
I wonder how difficult GIF making actually is. Probably not. By the way, speaking of...
it cannot be that tough. Also, I just want to say it's ironic that Alex wants the I'm upset GIF because the time where he would use it most is the fact that he does not have that GIF.
Yeah, that's really
some sort of weird paradox.
Mac, you hurry up and get to your point. I'm afraid you're going to lose it.
I got there already. You even saying that. I wasn't trying to
doing this weird hand dance here that you can't see. Like I'm a giant
trying to get
bowl.
you to. I just wanted you to go where you wanted to
man,
go.
I appreciate your lack of faith in me.
Should I mention that
find your lack of faith, troubling,
disturbing?
I can't help but see that, Alex. That I'm reaching my hand out to assist you, and you're seeing things in that aren't there.
The really ironic thing is that Alex was talking about
birdseed?
Hard and soft cheese earlier, and the creator of the GIF, as we call it, actually said it's pronounced
hard and soft
GIF.
cheese?
No, it doesn't matter what that person said.
The person's an idiot.
Yeah, that person has to actually be an idiot. You know how many people can invented computer things?
Quite a few.
We had a thing called the floppy disk for a long time. That's still stupid.
That's still stupid. And it was hard.
Yeah.
It's the best response to that I've ever heard. Anyway, I'm just
saying. Heard one response to that, Will.
He's just saying. I'm just saying what he's
I think they cover that in an episode of Big Bang Theory because it stands for graphic something interface or graphic interface something. So the G in graphic is hard, and therefore the G in GIF should be hard.
I thought it was because you could see little tiny animations in a GIF, real quick, like the peanut butter.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Is there ever any circumstance where GI is pronounced JI or like that?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I don't think.
There's also your answer: the fact that you can't just bend English the way you want it to, no matter how much it's been bent culturally in the past.
Yeah,
okay.
We're off to a rocking start.
Now we were going to do something. We were going to talk about things in this podcast, but then we haven't yet.
Disagree on that.
No,
we have definitely talked about things. So
I don't know if we really
were they planned? I don't know.
Doesn't matter if it's planned. I don't know. So where are we heading to first? Will, you're piloting the ship somehow.
Yep, somehow you're piloting the ship.
You got into the bridge. You have the controls in your hand.
You're Sulu. You took the emergency brake off. You're good to go.
I'm just trying to find the bridge. All right, Stanley Cup final, first two games, guys. Whoa,
I think DJ Lethal takes you to the Matthews Bridge.
They were
remember correctly.
They were nuts.
That one Limp Bizkit
My
song.
wish of Kessler and Vino not being in the final came true, and now we have the Hawks and the Lightning. Both teams won in the last
bitter much?
10 years. Yeah.
Bitter much?
Say bitter much?
Not so much to Vino. Vino's having a hard time, man. Another President's Trophy this year, and no Stanley Cup for him. So
first world problem.
He's having roof stoof, but Ryan Kessler can lose. A friend of mine and fellow fan of the Vancouver Canucks, we were like, oh no, he should have lost. Anaheim should have made it through and then lose in Game 7, and the puck. Game 7 in overtime, the puck goes off his butt and in. It's his fault that his team loses, and he's.
Was it really that acrimonious to split with Vancouver?
Yeah, I just don't think
Vancouver sucked when he left, man.
I just don't think he's that. I just don't think he's a good person. I don't think he's a good player. He's a good player. I just don't like the guy. Acrimonious, sure. I mean, it's sports. Like Seinfeld said, "Oh, that guy's got a different shirt. Let's hate him now." I know it doesn't matter, but
man, sometimes Seinfeld pretty funny.
Yeah, sometimes he did okay with that.
Every once in a while, he comes through.
He did okay with that comedy thing. No, whatever. Kess, they got a good team down there in Anaheim. He's going to soak up. He's going to Disneyland, I'm sure, to kind of get over the sting of losing in Game 7. That Game 7 was a bit of a disappointment to me because I heard the series was so good, and I didn't really get to check out that Hawks-Ducks series too much. I didn't watch that last game, and the Ducks just got clobber-snocked. And that's the sixth time Bruce Boudreau's lost a playoff Game 7 at home.
Game 7's reminder, Game 7s are pretty much a flip of the coin. I know people think there's some sort of clutchness to it. There's just not. Also, how much do you think Universal Studios would like to sponsor an athlete for them to say after they win a championship, hey, what are you going to go do? I'm going to Universal Studios.
Double Dragons, baby.
Doesn't really, yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't roll off the tongue.
Go see the Wizarding World of Harry Potter.
That's right. Wizarding World of Harry Potter coming to Universal Studios Hollywood in 2016. So, guys, I know where I'm going to be January 1st, 2016. I'm sure it's opening that day. I'm going to be I'm going to be waiting in line, even if it's not open. Even if it opens December 31st, 2016, I'll wait in line for 365 days. Actually, wait, is 2016 a leap year?
When did JFK
Yes,
say how many days
JFK
were in a year?
said.
I need to know. Or Mayor Quimby, or JFK from Clone High.
Or Conan O'Brien's impression of JFK.
Oh my gosh. Second time a late night host impression of a world leader.
Basically, I actually don't know what...
World leader. I think I accidentally just called Jerry Seinfeld a world leader, just to be honest.
You sure did.
I mean, he is...
I mean, who's going to disagree with me?
In a way.
I think Beyonce said girls run the world, so I don't think you're right. I don't think you're right on either count anyway.
But that's funny because girls in the
Sorry,
world
she
ain't
didn't say
nothing
it.
but trouble.
She's saying it.
Anyway, yes. So like I said, the first two
must have
games...
said it at
just
one
don't
point.
understand.
First two games of the finals have been tremendous, and I'll be interested to see where the series goes from here. Who will hoist the cup?
A lot of pucks.
Game 3.
A lot of pucks.
I mean, despite what happened in the first two games, guys, let's just imagine those first two games didn't happen. Who would your pick be to win the cup? Matt, we'll go to you first.
Brother. I think I'm going for the Lightning, but I strongly believe the Chicago Blackhawks are going to win this.
All right, so Heart says Lightning, Brain says Hawks.
Both my head and my heart say Hawks, but my liver says Lightning would be nice. Oh my God,
liver. Why don't you liver alone? Alex, what do you say?
Oof.
I'm going for Ace Ventura's team, Chicago.
Not Miami? What?
Chicago. No, it wasn't a...
No, Matt, did you see... man, when nature calls and he's like yelling stuff out because they have to kneel down every time, it's like Chicago. And he's like, Chicago. And they go to kneel and that's the wrong thing. Anyway, it doesn't matter.
All right, so you're going for...
Have I ever seen Las Ventura? Ace Ventura.
I'm going to go. I'm glad you guys asked me.
Are you asking us?
I was going to say something, then we'll just keep going. That's okay.
Well, no, you kind of tailed off, so...
Yeah, you should...
Mostly.
I don't tail off. I peter off, thank you.
Okay.
That was a decision I made.
I think you should tail on and peter on, quite frankly.
I
think even though they played in a place called the Amelie Arena, even though they play in a place named after an Audrey Tautou movie from 2001? Yes, 2001. What is Amelie anyway? Is that like... I think they have mosaic on the ice, too, down there, which is kind of weird.
Which as someone with Saskatchewan, not roots, but branches.
Yes.
I like that.
Twigs.
Hey, branch is actually accurate. Family tree.
It is accurate. No, I'm not. I didn't say it wasn't.
Thanks. I was mostly just pleased with my cleverness.
Okay. Well, now I rescind any compliments I was going to give.
Stay humble, bro.
Yeah, bro. Peter on. Yeah, so actually, can you explain? So Mosaic, is that like an international company or is it just from Saskatchewan?
I could not tell you. Mosaic Field is where the Riders play. The Saskatchewan Roughriders, the CFL play their football. Mosaic Stadium at Taylor Field. For now, until they move over by a block or two and they become the new Stadium Regina. But they are the sponsors for the arena, and they are, I believe, a potash company. Potash something uranium.
I really was going to make a potash joke, but
what's the... I don't understand how that could be a joke. What's a potash?
Potash, it's that the uranium thing.
Yeah, potash. That's what that is.
Yeah, potash.
I feel like that's probably not said right. Anyway,
well, one of us
Amelie
isn't
Arena.
saying it right.
I feel like Amelie is
50-50 on who is and who isn't.
Energy product. What are we gonna get a Tesla named Arena? That'd be good.
I don't. That'll happen sometime. I mean, it's, like I said, arena names aren't very well thought up. It's just whoever has the buck. So anyway, I want the Lightning to win. I'd like to see Stamkos, the Macedonian assassin. I'd like to see him hoist the cup. That would be good.
Yeah, a little Halifax connection there. Not with Stamkos, but with Lightning.
With Jonathan Drouin.
Yes, sir.
Yes, of the.
Has he played? How much has he played?
In the playoffs? I actually haven't seen him on the ice.
Of the first two games?
He played a whole lot. Yeah,
actually,
he hit the
I
game
think the Lightning makes me. Yeah, his presence in the Lightning makes me really want to do that. Then.
Ooh, it's like you
wanna go
forgot.
for it.
It's like I knew something about hockey that you didn't know.
Whoa.
I have no. I totally believe that.
Them's clobbering words. All right, so that's the Stanley Cup final. I think, did we predict like the Stanley Cup at the beginning of the year? I'm actually going to look this up because I think I know we're all very wrong. I want everybody to relax a little bit. Just know that we're all relax. Don't do it when you want to
get to it.
And I wanted to get to it right now. Where the heck is it? No. Okay, I guess we didn't. But I think I predicted the Hawks and Lightning in the final.
I think I predicted the Lightning and Chicago.
Oh, okay. Matt, what did you predict? I don't have it written down, but do you remember who you predicted in the Stanley Cup final?
Yeah,
I think you predicted the Raiders and the Cincinnati Reds.
Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah, I don't know why we recorded after I got dental surgery.
Yeah.
But, I guess I'm still going to go for the Raiders in this game.
All right, the Raiders. Good stuff. All right, well, then there's that going on. There's also a big sporting event happening. This probably doesn't affect you guys too much, but it starts tonight. Starts this afternoon here, actually, if I'm speaking on Monday. Alex, can you step in and know what I'm talking about?
So it's starting today.
Yeah.
Which would be Monday.
Yeah.
I feel like the Whitecaps already started playing.
A long time.
Same sport, though. Same sport. You're in the right wheelhouse.
Oh, Women's World Cup.
FIFA Women's World Cup starts
FIFA.
today.
Hey, speaking of FIFA.
Yes. Speaking of...
what a foo-foo that FIFA fuzz.
Yes, they foo-foo the thing. But after I talk about the Women's World Cup, we'll talk about the foo-foo.
Yep.
So they don't have...
I'm going for Canada, folks. I'm going for Canada.
Go for Canada. Hey, me too, guys. Who's your pick to be in the final of the FIFA Women's World Cup?
Canada,
I'm picking Canada.
And whatever team could also be in it. I feel like
the U.S., yeah.
But can they?
Oh, you mean logistically with the I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, they just meant like, are they good enough?
No, I know they're good enough.
Yeah.
Are they strong enough?
It's kind of sexist. They don't think the U.S. would be good enough.
Nope, did not say that.
Just because they're women.
Oh my gosh, I'm going out of my way now.
Yeah, Matt. Gosh,
unbelievable.
Have a little bit of
folks.
Gorsh. Yuck.
Folks, today's podcast is sponsored by
not sexism. That's
stamps.
for sure.
1-800-stamps.org.
So I'm just going to run down who...
Yeah, it's not sponsored by sexism, that's for sure. Yeah, well, you run it down.
Who we have...
We had to turn down sexism, by the way.
Will runs it down.
So
I
we have
down.
5 preliminary round. I guess, how do they play? They all play in a round robin? No, that'd be impossible. No, I guess they'd all play in a round robin, right?
It would definitely not be impossible.
I was thinking of like every team, but no, within the brackets, of course. Sure. Or within their groups. So basically how it comes down to in Vancouver is we don't get Canada in any of the preliminary games, but there's 2 rounds of 16, a quarterfinal, and then we get the final match. So we got the finals here at BC Place July 5th, but any preliminary games
that's surprising to me.
Are without Canada. Did you think it'd be in Toronto?
Yeah.
I think we have a better stadium. I think that may be why.
Yeah, definitely you have a better stadium.
Yeah, I'd say we have the best stadium in the country, but I'd be patting myself on the back for nothing.
Who is honestly going to argue with you? You have to be right about that.
I will.
Go on.
Wherever the Eskimos play.
Oh, Commonwealth?
People can find that place.
Commonwealth Stadium. Best stadium in the game.
It's simple. I'll give them that. It's big. They got that going for them. I think that's why the finals are here, just because we have the nicest looking brand of the country. But they don't play any games in Nova Scotia, right? They play in Moncton,
which is such a depressing thing that Haligonians in Nova Scotia needs to look at. Folks, we need a stadium, and we need to put it right by where the McKay Bridge meets Dartmouth, and it'll be awesome. Who cares how much it will be?
Is that the only spot they could put one? Or is it?
They can put it at like Prospect or something, but that just seems like the most logical spot.
Yeah.
Is it actually?
Why would it suck?
Is there actually a discussion?
Why would it suck to put it somewhere? No. It would. The best place to put it would be there in Dartmouth.
Yeah, I mean
centralized. There's no question.
Yeah, no, but the Ottawa Senators playing friggin' Canada.
Yeah,
or
nobody
Nepean
likes
or
that.
Something. Everyone likes it.
No, nobody does.
Everyone likes that.
Not even one person.
Not even one.
Not even one.
Wow.
I think the Canadians like it. Those are people.
Will, you gonna go see a Women's World Cup game?
I might if someone invites me and has a ticket. I mean, the ticket prices aren't unreasonable. You can get Category 4 tickets for $30,
Now, what's that mean?
I
It means
think category
the winds are over 110 kilometers an hour.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
If that's a real, do you actually know
that's
that
miles
about
per hour, isn't it,
category
Matt?
4 hurricanes?
No, I just wanted to.
It would be miles per hour, not kilometers, right?
We talk in kilometers. We can determine.
We do, but I'm just saying if you're saying
No, I
over
know,
100
but I think we can. Still
I
say
measure
kilometers
everything
an
in
hour, which
kilometers.
translates.
People are like, "How many kilometers tall are you?" I'm like 0.000182 kilometers.
I think category 4 just means you're up in the bleeders. You're up in the nosebleeds.
Okay.
So I don't know why, because I've seen the Australian women's team around here, but I don't see them in our preliminary games.
Alex, that's actually a pretty accurate meter assessment of how tall you are.
Thank you.
Know that?
Yeah, I
Did you
did.
know that?
Well, I don't know. I kind of didn't.
I guess it's only 1,000 you're dividing by, but I just did the math, and it's pretty close.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Anyway, that's the FIFA Women's World Cup. But guys, oh my goodness,
I thought you were going to run down something.
No, I wasn't going to run down anything. I don't run down anything. I
Listen
build
to this
them up.
back and tell me you're not going to run down the teams, which you said earlier.
Okay,
when we
yeah,
listened to-
I'll
Now, when
run
you say
them-
run down, you mean like go through them or like rip on them?
No, yeah, exactly. No, I'll run
Then
them
there's
down.
a Macedonian squad, and you know what they say.
So we have Cameroon, Ecuador, Japan, and I'm guessing SUI is Switzerland. Yeah, it's Swiss,
Yep.
right? Yeah. And then Nigeria and the USA on June 16th. So basically those 4 first clusters of teams play each other on Monday, and then they play each other again on Friday, just in a different order. So anyway.
That's what they do in the men's World Cup, so I assume it's the same thing.
It's
Kind
just-
of run through the group.
It's the same thing, yeah. They'll run through the
Are
group.
there less teams in this one?
I'm not. I don't know. I was thinking. No. I was
looking up World Cup stuff. Sorry, Will, you can get this.
no. You got it.
And I was looking at it, I was like, just about every country has a World Cup team. And I looked and I was like, oh my gosh, North Korea actually has a women's World Cup team.
Oh, they
That's
sure
so
do.
Just so weird to me, the fact that we're just like, man, North Korea is so backwards and everything like that. And it's like, but they can, like, it's just accepted that we go, yeah, but they can play with us. That's fine.
Yeah.
Can you imagine, like, could ISIS send a team?
ISIS isn't a country.
No, I know. What if they took over Iraq and Syria?
They could, I guess.
They could, technically.
I think
That's
playing.
a horrifying
I
idea.
think playing soccer might be like one of the lower things on their priority level, though.
Especially women's soccer, man. They would not like that. Sorry. Oh, by the way, sorry to our listeners who are members of ISIS who disagree with
That's
me.
right. Yes. Anybody's a member of ISIS.
Ian.
Yes, Ian's a member of ISIS. Now, you know what? This podcast might get checked, so we won't say
no.
Ian who. It's not Ian anybody.
We won't say Ian who.
That's right. It's not Ian anybody.
We won't say Ian who. We'll say it is Ian Hanlon. Friend of the show.
We will openly admit.
We openly admit.
He's not my friend. He's a friend of the show.
Yeah, he's a friend of the show. He's more.
You make a pretty distinct personal difference. Most friends of the show, if you see them in the, I was going to say supermarket, but that's American? In the grocery store, you steer clear. You go right back to your
I don't know if
ice
anyone's
cream
going to correct you on
cones.
supermarket, Matt.
None of you would step in and be like, hey, idiot, it's called grocery store. Where are you from?
No.
I
I didn't even know that was like in,
regional slang.
Regional slang, dialect.
I'm not sure that it is, but
Okay,
I also
well,
feel like
you
it
seem
is.
pretty confident about it, and that we would make fun of you for such a thing. But really, I'm going to make
pretty
fun of you for
confident being
thinking we'd
made
make
fun
fun
of.
of you for that. I would never. When would I ever make fun of you? I love you both. Why would I make fun of you guys?
Maybe it's because of that love.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh God, if I love everyone to make fun of, I'm in a lot of trouble right now.
That just means you love a lot of people. Nothing wrong with that.
Oh yeah.
So
Polly,
okay, so it looks
Wondercracker.
like we have Group C is what we have.
Okay.
Japan, Switzerland, Cameroon, Ecuador. But then for some
Back that ass
reason,
up.
USA and Nigeria are here, and Australia is here too, and they're all in Group D, along with Sweden, but Sweden isn't here. Group C and D, yeah. Anyway, so Canada is in a group with China, New Zealand, and the Netherlands. All right,
Go us.
yeah, go us. Go Canada, go.
I hope we win the Women's World
I'm a
Cup.
big fan.
Being played on turf.
Yeah,
We're showing turf.
Not fond of that.
yeah, they don't like that. I think the Americans were fetching about that pretty.
Oh, well, the Americans fetch about anything. How long the keeper holds the ball for.
Oh yeah, time for redemption, boys and girls. Speaking of,
That was the Olympics, right?
Yeah, that was the Olympics. Yeah, right. In London, right? 2012.
Yes.
Yeah, because 2016 hasn't happened yet. Well, good job. Pat yourself on the back. You might break your spine. So, FIFA obviously mired in controversy. I think it's funny that the U.S. is the one that caught them. I don't think they care too much about...
Caught them.
Well, you know what I mean. They don't care
Arrested.
too much about football, but they love suing people. So I think it's kind of where this
They're not suing them.
stems from. Or they're taking some sort of
They're
action.
sentencing them for fraud.
There you go.
Not sentencing them. They are judging them.
Judging them. I say judge not. So I kind of don't... I find the situation a little confusing. If anyone can shed a little more light on it, that would be great.
What confuses you?
So they took bribes. Is that what happened?
Yeah, they took money in exchange for votes for the South African World Cup.
Okay.
Whoa, what about the Qatar World Cup? Qatar.
Have they pressed charges for that specifically? I know they've pressed charges specifically for the South African World Cup. South Africa.
See the Africa.
Will?
Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't know. That's the thing I'm not so clear on.
I was hoping you were going to try to say South Africa too.
Oh no, I can't.
Say South Africa.
I have too much respect for the fine people of South Africa who listen to the show.
South Africa.
We want to thank them very much.
Elon Musk, thank you for giving us him.
Yes, thanks for giving us Elon Musk.
Not sure what you did with his name, but that's
I
fine.
thought he was Swedish. He's South African.
Yep.
Oh, good.
I don't know why you thought he was Swedish.
Because maybe I confused him with
His name is Elon Musk.
the other guy. No. Oh my God.
Oh.
Anybody who's not.
Is it racially insensitive
Yes.
to think that they're all
Yeah.
Swedish chefs down
Yes,
there?
it is.
Oh, that was your
Up there,
Swedish...
up there.
Ooh. More offensive than any racism was it's offensive to me that was your Swedish chef impression.
That was not my... Sorry.
Yes, it
Borski,
was.
Borski.
Yes, yeah. Well.
It's more of an insult to Mr. Jim Henson,
Oh, boy.
the late great
Mr. Jim Halpert,
Mr. Jim Halpert.
character from The Office.
Anyway, so congratulations to the new FIFA president, whoever you are.
As Matt said, Sepp Blatter. No, Sepp. Say that again, Matt. Do your tweet. You say your tweet out loud.
Sepp Blatt, Sepp Blatter, Sepp Blurst.
Sepp Blurst.
All right. Well, I laughed at that, so that counts.
Or as Jon Stewart said, or someone said, maybe Jimmy Fallon, someone on TV said, you should never trust a 79-year-old bladder.
Amazing.
That sounds like a Jimmy Fallon joke, but
Wow.
wow. Okay, it very well could be.
Will the fact that you said that, problematic.
Problematic. Bordering on.
Whatever. Okay, so that's the FIFA Women's World Cup. I'll be checking it out every game, every match.
Really? That seems hard.
Are they televised? They should be. I mean, at least the finals.
Yeah, I really hope so.
TSN, I think, right? TSN sounds like they'd be the guys to cover it. I haven't really checked on that.
Still not pleased very much with our friends at Sportsnet, but just because I don't think I'll ever be pleased with them in terms of their coverage.
Of anything in particular, or just everything?
Of everything.
They're still Sportsnet. They're just it's putting money onto a company, because I don't want to say group of people, but a company that is just delivering a second-class product. No questions asked.
I can't really speak to the quality of their NHL coverage because I don't watch it, but I remember being disappointed when they won the contract because I found like their, sport. What's their sports center called? Update? Nope. Connected. Ugh. Right there. I mean, that tells you all you need to know. I've always found them to be not as high a quality. It's like It's like the WCW of Canadian sports channels.
Yeah.
Does that mean that
It'll do well for a bit, but the production values are AF.
the Score was the ECW, or
basically
Score's ECW.
Yeah, and then they became the Alliance when Score joined up to Sportsnet and became 360. A lot of sports channels, though, a lot of choice, whatever. I'd say TSN, sure. They've been doing sports. Started out as Sports Desk, right, and then Sports Center, kind of when they joined up with ESPN.
slowly expanding from a desk to an area.
Center, yeah. But they're a well-oiled machine, man. They've been doing that for years and years. Bring back Jim Van Horn. That's all I got to say. Where's that mustache at?
Dave Amber? No. Dave, I can't remember his name.
Randorf?
No, he sucked.
No, he's adorable and little.
Bring back Michael Landsberg. Said no. Said no one ever.
That's harsh, man.
No, he does a lot of good work with depression, but I just don't.
I was gonna
off the
say he
record.
suffers from depression. Have you heard this?
I mean, I think that the fact I don't know. That's no. I'm not even gonna get into that.
Alex, what, you don't want to talk about depression?
No, it's just that I think just because he suffers from that doesn't mean I can't not like his show.
Fair enough.
I think
I can appreciate what he does for it, and I can also not like his style of anything.
I think, I don't think he came off real nice in that. Well, in a lot of interviews, actually, he's got a lot of people walking out on him.
Punk hates him.
Punk doesn't.
Really?
Yeah, Punk was not.
What happened with that?
Punk was.
He says something off camera and then tries to be all cool on camera.
Yeah.
Oh, what do you say off camera?
He's like, "You're gonna try and big league me if I see you at the next UFC event or something like that."
Yeah, and
What?
Punk's like, okay, so he's kind of like, it's so funny how different you are off the air than you are on the air, and that's of course, CM Punk's not going to be afraid to call him out on that. Kale, is it Kale or Chael? For gosh sakes,
Chael.
Sonnen, he walked off the show.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Okay, I've heard
he
about that
stormed
one.
off, but whatever. A lot of people kind of hang with him.
Dana likes him.
Yeah, Dana likes him, sure. Vince is okay with him. I just don't think
Steve Simmons.
I'm not okay. Yeah, he can go away. They can go away. And his the guys he speaks to in Buffalo and Boston, I can't even remember their names. I think they're old hockey.
Oh boy.
Oh gosh,
man.
they're just awful.
There.
I would. I mean,
Even Berger and Rubin are pretty terrible.
Like PTI just blows them away. PTI is one of the most entertaining 22 minutes of sports. They can talk about tonight in college, Duke plays UNC, and we're talking to this guy over here, and I'll watch that. Watch them talk about.
I gotta say,
sports.
5 good minutes.
5 good minutes. I'll watch them talk about sports I don't watch. I
sure.
find that show so engaging. I think the guys in the show, Wilbon and Kornheiser, fantastic.
I gotta say also, as far back as 2011, they were releasing the show they did every day. They just released the audio from it as a podcast every day.
Mm-hmm.
And 2011, or I don't know when they started. People didn't always do that. So the fact that I could just listen to PTI for free whenever I wanted to was kind of amazing.
On the go
What was
anywhere.
disappointing about that though?
What?
I was watching the show, make sure to check out the podcast. I was like, "What? They have a podcast?"
You thought it was something. You thought it was something different, right? Like them, talking 3 hours about what they couldn't talk about on the air. It's like now we have 50 good minutes with this guy. Let's talk about this game.
Can you imagine? That would be way too much for them.
Good minutes, it'd be way too much.
Yeah, they're great, but 20 minutes a day is all I need.
Yeah, exactly.
Landsberg, eat it. Kornheiser and Wilbon, we love you.
Stick it.
Well, since it off the record, I just don't think off the record needs to be on every day. If they were like off the
We'll
record,
be on the
Wednesday,
record and say I don't like off the record.
I mean,
They
they had some good
But
stuff.
I feel like
back in
if
the
you
day.
switch the host, I wouldn't feel that way.
If they did something like Q on CBC does and keep the name of the show but have a different host, I think.
Yeah, let's get Shad
And
the
a
host
different
off
case.
the record.
And different
Lowercase,
different
yeah.
case, lowercase. Yes, Matt. Yeah.
Ooh, let's get another Canadian hip hop icon to do it. Choclair. Ooh, that's 2 Choclair name drops in 2 weeks, folks.
That's right.
Or
I
Cardinal.
think we could probably listen
or
to
one of the
Offshot.
guys from
We
Offshot.
we could probably name drop Choclair just about every week, as long as we talk about Sweet Marie's, O. Henry's, and Dairy Milk. Eat More's.
And a big Turk. Anybody ever have a big Turk? I haven't.
Oh God,
Not a big fan.
no. But I know a few people who are obsessed with them.
No, a few people.
completely lost on me.
That's it's good stuff. Well, I'll tell you what though, I do have respect for all the sports broadcasters out there. It's hard to fill airtime, as we find out every single week. Hey, this wasn't really a sport, but WWE had their Elimination Chamber event last Sunday, and I think there was one match that definitely stole the show, and then the 2 chamber matches were like, I think you can put this thing away. They had the 20th and 21st chamber match that night, and
Wow.
that's since 2002, right? Since Survivor Series, but
Okay, that's 13 years. Never mind. That's not as long as I
Well,
thought.
plus Matt, they had an event for a number of years.
Yeah,
Well, I mean, this
right.
was Elimination Chamber. but-
for a
And it was
couple
just
years.
like NW TNA wrestling where every match is in the Elimination Chamber.
No.
Remember that when they would just be like every match is a cage match. This isn't the name
Lockdown,
at all.
Lockdown, I think it was called.
So
Do you remember
stupid.
Raven's Hardcore House of what was it called? It had a really.
It was called the Orange.
Clockwork Orange House
is the
of
New
Horror.
Black.
Yeah.
Clockwork. Oh my
That's what they called it.
Orange is the New Black Funhouse of Good Times match. I think is what it was
Good Times
called.
in the Maritimes
officially.
match. But I was
Times in
listening
the
to
Maritimes.
Jumpin' Jim Ross, White Meat Babyface out of Norman, Oklahoma. He brought up an interesting point. He's like, it doesn't really work in the PG era if you can't kind of have a little bit of color, right? A little bit of juice.
No, disagree.
You don't think so? Well, watch the matches, Matt.
Any thought that's like, wow, wrestling needs to have blood just seems so weird to me.
No, it doesn't
Unless
need
people-
to. But
unless
if
people-
guys are locked into a
No,
metal
no,
structure,
not even that.
I think it only makes sense.
I think it's so ludicrous. Like if they're gonna have a match where the walls are made out of knives, sure, or laser blades, yes, but like it doesn't make sense to me. It's like chain equals cut face, like not necessarily.
Just
bruises on your back, bro. Whatever.
Yeah, just watch the matches, though. I think the chamber format got real watered down kind of real quick, unfortunately. They got this big thing sitting in the warehouse that they probably spent a lot of money on, and they can bust it out every now and then. But like I thought the Intercontinental title match was pretty tepid on that show.
Can you just call it what it actually was?
Which was what?
Bad.
Yeah, it wasn't good. Yeah.
Yeah, it was really bad.
Yeah.
Was Sheamus's thing not opening on purpose or not?
I think it was on purpose. My theory is because Mark Henry got in the match because Dolph got busted through his bulletproof glass.
And Mark Henry was a late addition because Rusev broke his foot the Thursday before or whatever.
Yeah, he actually which was too bad. And Mark wasn't a good addition. And then, the other thing with Sheamus's pod, like the story was really weird, and I actually don't mind Ryback winning it. It's good to see him with a little singles title. Maybe this will give him a little more motivation. I don't know, a little more fire. He seemed to be fired up on Raw the next night too. So good on the big guy. The tag match was pretty good too. It was just a lot of guys in there though, a lot of bodies,
and booked poorly.
Yeah, a lot of bodies and. It's funny, my favorite part of the tag match had nothing to do with the chamber at all. It was Cesaro hitting a dropkick from the mat to the top, someone sitting on the top rope. I thought that was the most impressive spot of the match.
That's impressive.
Poor Kalisto climbing up to the top of the, basically to the top middle of the chamber and falling on a group of guys.
For a bit.
Well, that was because the guys just stand underneath him like, oh no, where's he going to go? He's going to go on you. Don't stand there. It just like kind of defies logic. Three guys just being like, oh, he fell on us. So I thought that was a little silly. So you can put the chamber away, and I think what kind of proved you can put the chamber away is a match like John Cena and Kevin Owens had. Too many false finishes, but it was a very entertaining match.
Which I said to you during. I mean, like they were hitting everything in very quick succession.
They were
just like, all right.
You know what? I've said it before on this podcast. I got to say it again. When you hit a wrestler with your finisher and he kicks out, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he just kicked out. Like your immediate reaction, do it again. Like he's in a worse spot. Do it like actually 5 times in a row. Like. He should be worse every time, unless it's like Hulk Hogan, in which case after the third one, he'll start pointing his finger at
Yeah, Matt, but the problem is his spirit meter has to get built up again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
yeah.
He should get out, do some taunts, throw the guy out of the ring a little bit. Maybe roll the joystick all the way around to do a funny version of their taunt.
Is that what it was? Yeah. Okay. yeah. Anyway, they were hitting a lot of. Kevin Owens showed a lot of athleticism that I'm sure nobody thought he had, and it was good. And they got a rematch coming up at Money in the Bank in a week, I think. Yeah, it is a week. It's this weekend.
Yep, it is this weekend.
All right, Money in the Bank preview. Here we go. All right, so it's
Holy smokes.
John Cena and Kevin Owens again. And it's Ambrose and Rollins in a ladder match.
Is it for the title this time?
For the
Can we
title.
talk about how? Can we talk about how huge it is that Kevin Owens just showed up and went over?
Yeah,
In
man.
his first main event match ever. I mean, that's insane against Cena of all people.
Now, what do you think is going to happen in the
Like
rematch,
clean,
though, Alex?
Clean.
Yeah, man.
Clean.
It was impressive.
Clean.
Please stop saying clean with such a way.
It was pretty clean.
God,
It was a pretty clean finish.
stop being the Point Pleasant police or whatever they're called.
It was preposterous.
Yeah, so
pretty clean.
But Alex, my question is, what do you think is going to happen in the rematch? I think John Cena is going to get his win back.
Phoenix. Yeah, probably. No, I hope someone else shows up. And then
Well, Samoa Joe
Steve
showed up in
Daniels keeps doing his
NXT,
thing.
so Samoa Joe could just show up on WWE
sure did.
television and take on Kevin Owens because they're kind of, if they want to cross the streams there, so to speak. But that would be very dangerous. Picture every molecule in your body exploding at the speed of light. And then we got the Money in the Bank ladder match for the briefcase. Someone else is going to have to carry that thing around for God knows
Has
how long.
anyone ever opened that to see if there's a contract in it?
Yeah, Seth. I think who opened it? I think Seth opened it, and there was like an ink pack inside that exploded in his face.
What? Is that real?
Is that a shoot? Well, yeah, it was on Raw. He got green goo all over him.
Why would what? Oh my gosh! Okay, I just can't make sense of that.
Well, I don't know. I've never robbed a bank, but I know there's like a thing in like it's in movies, right? The briefcase has like an ink pack inside that explodes on the.
They don't put money in the bank in a briefcase. It's not just like 50 briefcases in there filled with money.
Is there like a specific movie we can point to? Because Alex, you agree with me.
Heat.
Yeah, there you go. It was just like, yeah, that's what it was. It was just like Heat. Monday Night Raw. That's what it was.
Oh, ironic.
Yes, ironic. Yeah, Heat was the night before, and then Monday Night Raw is the night after. I'm excited. There's a Monday Night Raw coming in my region within the nearest 500 miles in Everett, Washington.
Would you walk to it?
August 10th. I probably could if I started right
Don't
now.
they have a house
Would you
show
walk
coming
500
in Vancouver,
miles?
Will, too, in the days leading up?
So they have so the two tours going on at that time. There's one in Australia and there's one here. So they
I really only care about one of those.
Yeah, so I'll fly to Australia and follow them around, and then I'll fly back.
Okay, good idea.
Yeah,
good call.
I know it's
The
smart.
most economical.
Yeah, well, I got some frequent flyer points saved up, so I'm going to use that to fly to Australia and avoid getting bit by bugs and snakes and wild koalas. So they do a show in Victoria Saturday the 8th, and then they do a show
Victoria, BC, or Victoria,
Australia. Hey, there you go. I think they do both the same night.
What? Confusing as heck.
Yeah, and I think actually there's a tour that goes to Sydney, Nova Scotia, and then Sydney.
What?
No,
it's not true.
Crazy.
Yeah, so they do Victoria, Vancouver,
That is correct.
and then Everett on Monday night. So Everett, home of the Everett Silvertips, which I think play in the WHL.
You're correct.
And the Silvertips refers to a bear, apparently, or a fish. I can't remember which one, but they have a bear on their uniform.
I'm thinking of fish.
Well, they have a bear on their uniform because the fish isn't really.
Oh wait, isn't that just the name like a tree with snow on it?
Nope, no, it's not. I think that's called a Christmas tree.
All right.
So they're in Everett that night. So that is somewhat exciting. We'll see if I can get over down. If I start walking now, I can make it. If I give up, yep, I probably already have. If I get up and leave this podcast right now, I think I can make it.
nice. we call that a walkabout. I went on a walkabout with my wallaby.
Bedman.
That's my favorite last episode.
42 Wallaby Way.
42. Yeah.
So, Will, you and I saw a movie together, but not at the same time.
Peace,
nor
Sherman.
together. Which Matt hasn't seen, so we'll try to talk about it. Will I talk about it? Carries on.
Oh boy.
Treasons
What?
are renewed.
What?
Yeah.
Because it's you I fell into.
What day is that concert, Alex?
With the one I'm going to, or the day before I'm going to it?
The one you're going to?
Okay, July 19th, 2015. In Fenway Park.
July 19th. Oh, okay. Before we talk about this movie, I'm going to just plug another podcast. Ian Hanlon from the show did a two-parter, and they did this at filmnight.podbean.com. It's a two-parter regarding the film Mad Max, Fury Road, and also the original Mad Maxes, and they talk about a bunch of post-apocalyptic films. Hey, I actually pronounced that word. So they, it's a good podcast. I heartily endorse it. Have you listened to it yet, Will? Not yet, but I'm going to. Okay, good stuff. So, Alex, what did you checked out Mad Max Fury Road the other night. What did you think?
I sure did. That is, the movie is just fully insane.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Joey Lawrence would describe it as whoa.
Joey Lawrence. I think I want to follow him
Lawrence
on
haircut.
Joey Lawrence haircut. I want to follow him on Twitter, and just everything is just like whoa hashtag whatever event he's at.
You can make a Twitter bot
that does what? That follows him?
That whatever the trending topic is, he talks about it and then says, "Whoa."
Oh, wicked! The Pokemon Symphony's coming to Vancouver on July 22nd. Anyway, keep going, Alex.
Okay, stay with me, Will. Stay with me. Stay with me.
Sorry, it's only 3 days after your Foo Fighters show. So if you want, Alex, you go to Boston, fly up here July 22nd for the Pokemon Symphony.
Okay.
That's if you have the Pokeballs to make it. Just kidding.
Oh, come on.
Just kidding. Oh, okay, just kidding. Don't say just kidding like that. Say it like this. Just kidding. So you saw Fury Road. You said it's fully insane, and I agree.
You saw it too.
I said you said it's fully insane, and I agree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I will say without spoiling too much.
Saw it. Yeah.
Without spoiling too much, the plot line is very there's not. It's a very simplistic plot line, but the movie is just like the action sequences in it are nutso. I don't want to oversell it because someone oversold the last episode of Game of Thrones for me, and it was kind of okay, but they're like 10 out of 10, best episode ever.
Is that Mark?
And I was just like, yeah, that's fine. That was Tom, actually. But Mark said something about it, too. And, well, you told me it was good, and it was good. But just when everyone's like, ugh, when like 5 people tell you, you're like, holy cow. And then you're just like, all right, well, that was good.
That's why you got to get
the best one of the season.
Yeah, that's why you got to get on the ground floor, bro.
Yeah, you got to be on the B-dub real early. Otherwise, people just ruin it for you.
What?
Yeah.
That's the B-dub.
Bandwagon.
Oh, okay.
What else would B-dub possibly be?
I mean, yes. The 8th episode of Game of Thrones this season was good. Last night's episode, though, Alex. Oh my gosh,
Oof.
that was 11 out of 10.
It was like 16 out of 14.
It was 11 out of 20.
That's a weird way of doing it.
That's not a good, not a good score. But yeah,
why stop now?
I think for most people by now, Mad Max Fury Road's been out for 3 weeks or so.
3 weeks, yep.
Yep. And probably if hasn't been oversold yet, it probably has been already. But it's a very
a lot of people are like, you must see it in theaters, and it's pretty insane. Some of the visuals are insane. Just some of the action sequences are insane. It's just it's good. It's
and
really
I'm not
good.
sure what the percentage of practical effects is.
80. I think they said around 80%.
Which
and
is
when
very
I say
good.
they said, I mean the IMDb trivia.
Okay, well, and that's never been wrong ever in the history of the world. But no, a lot of practical effects. It's a very unique looking movie. There's not a lot of movies like it. I don't know really what else to compare it to.
Well, it's funny because again on the trivia of IMDb, it talks about Tom Hardy kind of clashing with director George Miller and him being like, I was watching, I was in the movie and just the amount of effort that went into the practical effects, blah, blah, blah. I couldn't really, it just seemed like a very complex shoot for everything that was happening. And he's like, and then I saw the movie and I was like, oh, I owe that man an apology.
Sure. It looked like it was extremely difficult to make just because the effort put into it. I'm like, how do you make a movie? Because like a lot of it, and this doesn't spoil anything, but like about 80% of it's in motion. 80% of it's like, so anytime you're filming something and you got to be in motion, get the shot, do another take, you got to go back, right? You got to back that A up, as what that rapper would say back in the day. What was his name?
Choclair.
Yeah, it was Choclair. It was Choclair.
I feel like I don't know who originated the back that AU.
I think it was Junior Fatu.
I don't know why I censored
AKA AU.
Back that AU. Gold.
Up's a 2-letter word, man. You got to be careful with that. But yes, I recommend people check that movie out.
I'll try not to spoil this too much or at all, but Will, there's a point in the movie where there's something about Charlize Theron's character that is known pretty much from the beginning of the movie. But there's a kind of a dramatic scene like 3/4 of the way through, and the person behind me clearly didn't know the thing about her at the time. So he was just like, what the F? And I was like, yeah, man.
Like right out loud
that's been known. Oh, yeah. And I was just like, all right, well. If you've been paying attention, we knew that a long time ago. And that doesn't spoil anything, I don't think, Matt, unless you know what I'm getting at. But
I think I do, but it seemed like it was very clear.
All right, let's give our listeners.
Basically, something that's not hidden, he assumed was just revealed, and that was not the case.
Well, did he get in? Maybe he got in late. Maybe he's still getting his snackies.
Maybe he came in 3/4 of the way through the movie. That's a good point.
Yeah.
That's a good point.
You get a sick.
It happened to me once. I was at a movie theater, and this old couple walked in with like 25 minutes left.
They're
like, and then they ruined it for me because I was just staring at them the whole time. Like, what are you doing here?
It's like your presence bothers me. You're not even you're sitting there watching something.
What are you doing here?
What are you doing here, Stuart?
Stuart!
Said it was new there, Stuart.
Look what I can do.
No, different Stuart.
Oh, boy. All the sketch comedy shows come right together.
Right? On the old school comedy network back in the day.
Yeah, Matt doesn't like it when I confuse Mad TV and SNL. A little mashup. Works for Glee, works for us.
Basically the same.
Word for Glee.
It worked for Glee. Yeah, for
Oh, my
sure
gosh.
did.
6 or 7 seasons. Yeah,
Well, you know,
it
if it
worked
worked
for
for
like
Glee,
1.5, and then it was just kind of there.
they kept going, though.
they're just in there. They're killing it.
They're on the air.
And it don't feel good.
I'd love to be in the 6th or 7th season of a show, just phoning it in every week.
Yeah.
First seasons are so difficult.
Clark Duke, when he's in like the last 2 seasons of The Office.
I think he did an okay job there.
Yeah, he did a fine job. I'm just saying, like, it wasn't really like all that much to it or anything. But
No pressure, really. It's like, don't blow this. We're going to be
No
done in
press.
2 seasons anyway. No press. No press, brah. Speaking of no press, you can tell your friends about this show, but no press to do that.
there's actually a lot of pressure to do that. We are hanging by a thread here, guys.
Tons of pressure, folks.
No pressure.
boy.
We're going to lose our sponsorship
pressure.
deals
Oh,
with
pressure.
Hand to mouth,
Choclair.
we're paycheck to paycheck. We are
We've got
going down. In an early
Mad cow
round.
disease.
The wreck is going
Sugar
down.
going
Get
down
out
swinging.
while you can. You can find me on Twitter. I'm at William C. Vaughn. And
Cool.
no one else can take.
Cool, man.
No one else can.
I'm not on Twitter. Jason's
Right,
not
Alex.
on Twitter, so
Not on Twitter, you guys.
at
kidding.
Jason Mantzoukas.
At MP Vaughn on Twitter.
At MP Vaughn. And Alex is at Evonix. EVAUGH.
VAUGHAN.
Yes.
And on Instagram.
He's
but
also on
don't follow
Instagram. He's taking more selfies. Good looking beard.
him. Shh.
I'm saying. He's looking more.
That's the episode of the podcast where brothers compliment each other's physical good looks.
No, he just said I had a beard.
I said he had a
it's
good looking
looking good.
beard.
Oh,
Good looking
yeah.
beard.
Too bad my face is behind it.
Makes you look
Ew.
more and more like
Oh.
Seth Rollins every day. Just
Oh,
gotta
boy.
grow.
I look like CM Punk before, and I look like Seth Rollins.
Yeah. These are
that's a good
good.
comparison,
These are
man.
good looking guys to look like. Guys who get their face beat in for a living. That's not bad.
Yep. No, that's cool, man. I look like a old catcher's mitts.
My face is all cracked. It's crackly. Yeah. So join us next week. We're going to talk about the thing.
Talk about Sepp Blatter, which we never talked about.
We talk about him right now. He's 79-year-old
No,
Blatter.
that's fine. I think we actually did talk about it.
Yeah, we said enough.
You
got
give me
there.
the rundown. Oh, I want to give you run around. Yes. Okay. Sister Hazel. Check them out on iTunes.
On iTunes. Sister Hazel. Yeah, it's because they don't listen to CIOO C100 anymore.
I don't think they go by that anymore. Nor do I understand why they ever did. None of that's correct.
C100?
They should
I don't
just
know
call
why-
them CC. They should have been like CC.
Because C is 100.
C is 100 in
Roman.
Roman.
Sabathia.
Roman numerals.
CC Sabathia.
Still
You
on
guys see
music-
the way Giancarlo Stanton eats a Kit Kat, by the way? Just purely
Acceptable.
ludicrous.
That's for damn sure.
Unacceptable.
Say the way he eats a cake?
Well, guys, I'll watch it. Yeah, we'll Google Giancarlo Stanton and Kit Kat at the same time. Don't Google them separately. Although I bet you if you just Google one, the same thing would come up for both. I don't know how Google works. Some sort of, magic fairies go out there and they get you what you need.
I think it's a billion gerbils on a billion gerbil wheels kind of rolling around. Can you guys actually remember the last time you kind of typed in a URL? It's like, visit us at the URL of this. It's like, no, I'm just going to type in the word on Google. Giancarlo
Is that a real question? Last time I typed in the
I
URL.
most sites I would go to autocomplete anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Who the heck
thanks,
is this
Chrome.
guy? Giancarlo Stanton eating a Kit Kat.
Oh, it's
All right.
exciting way to end the podcast.
GIANCARLO.
Hey,
I'm doing the Dave
JON.
Batista Royal Hand wave right now. That's how I'm ending this podcast. No context in that GIF or GIF is way better.
No, don't.
GIF's peanut butter. Right?
Oh, does he
Why
just
go-
take? He just takes a bite out of the
He
whole
just takes a
thing.
bite out of it, like some
Yeah.
insane criminal,
What a psycho!
That's a crazy
megalomaniacal douche who makes way more money than you or I will ever see in our lifetime.
You know
But
what?
that's
The
fine.
only thing that makes me happy about that is now I have the Instagram photo for this week. Good. Usually I struggle face off, struggle success face on. What? Shut up. All right. Thanks for joining us this week, folks. We'll see you next week. Tell your friends about the Cluster Muck audio Cluster Muck we got coming at you every Monday.